Yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes. Welcome to another Geek Culture Congress. I am one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by the very famous and talented Mr. Tarek Lewis. Tarek, thank you for joining us.
Thank you all for being here.
Welcome back.
My friends.
It's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Of course, the number one nighttime jockey here in Tampa, Florida, on Wild 94.1, Mr. Joey Franchise. Joey, tell him what's going on with you. How you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling amazing.
Yeah?
Yes. Feeling great.
Good.
Ready for
Good.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, you ready? Yeah.
What's this movie you're talking about?
Which one? Oh man, yeah, it's just a little movie called, Avengers, Endgame.
I literally got the countdown going, man. It's like, 40-something days?
Yeah?
Is that one?
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So, of course, today we're talking about what we saw, of course, in Captain Marvel, and Mr. Tarek Lewis, because he wasn't able to attend the screening.
Yeah, no, I was not invited.
Yes, you were invited. You were invited. You were the first one I came to go see.
I never called.
I went to go see.
Oh, so hold on, I was second?
You were second. Sorry.
Dang.
You
Second on Earth,
You see how this guy does me, man?
He came up with the name, so I have to go see him first.
You don't know how to maintain friendships. You got to work on
Yeah,
it.
you gotta really work on that. You gotta balance.
I'm just being honest. Shouts out to everybody watching us on Facebook right now. If you want to chime in the conversation, I am trying to monitor the live feed on our page, and I'm also without getting some feedback here, I'm also trying to monitor my watch party, which is on my regular page. So bear with me. I will get your comments somehow, some way. Okay. So go ahead and give us a spoiler-free review, Tarek Lewis, before we get into what we saw. How about that?
Spoiler-free review.
Yeah, real quick.
Real quick one. This is what we call a decent film.
I like to use the word solid. Would you say solid?
I'd say it's decent. It's not quite solid.
Okay.
The rewatchability,
Yeah?
I have no need to see it again, especially since it's buffered with
Wow.
these Avengers movies.
That's rough.
Right.
They spent a lot of money in that movie, Tarek Lewis.
Well, they got my money. I went to matinee too. It was like
Oh, you went matinee
It was like
style.
$5.85.
Oh, we got a discount.
That calculated lifestyle.
Yeah, they didn't get much of my money. But if it was $10, I wouldn't have been mad.
Yeah?
It's decent. Samuel Jackson has some good moments. I feel like the humor's they tried a little too hard at some points.
Yeah, I think they were like, we got to be funny like other movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
We
tried
got
a
to
little
say
hard.
some lines here and there.
Visually, it looked good. The way they displayed her powers, it looked great. And I don't mind the origin story, but it wasn't exciting at all. Like I didn't feel a point where I couldn't get up and walk away and then come back.
Really?
Yeah.
So I posed this question to Joey, and he said that this was necessary, but I'll pose the same question to you. Is Captain Marvel necessary watching to get into what's coming next, which is Avengers Endgame?
No.
And why is that?
Well, who knows what's going to be in Avengers Endgame, right?
Right.
Who knows?
So what if something happens and you're like, I don't understand now, and you're like, the guy sitting next to you says,
it might be.
did you watch Captain Marvel?
It's too hard to
That's
say.
why you don't know.
It's too hard to say ahead of time, but we know at the end of Avengers Infinity War that somebody was coming. So unless they're going to go deep into her backstory in Endgame, then who cares?
Right.
So I don't think it's quite necessary.
Grandel says, Tarek, quickly say greetings, Starfighter. I don't know why that.
What?
He says, quickly say greetings, Starfighter.
Greetings, Starfighter. Why?
Yeah, I have no idea.
What does that mean?
Your voice is probably that distinct.
Oh, is that the last of the Starfighter reference?
Yeah,
Make sure your microphone is muted on the camera over there, on the screen there.
Right here?
Case. Yeah.
Is it muted?
Yeah, just have a line through the mic.
Unmuted. It is muted.
Now you're muted. All right, cool. All right, dope. Just want to make sure because, we don't want any accidents.
Yeah.
Any audio accidents. So, not necessary then.
No.
Absolutely. So, to the person who goes to see Avengers Endgame because you said that Captain Marvel is not necessary and something happens and they're like lost.
You're an adult. You're making an adult decision.
I might have to disagree with you, though. I think you might have to watch this just because, if you just saw Infinity War and looked at the end of it and had no idea what that symbol was on that pager of his, you know what I mean? And why was it in Fury's possession? So you're going to want to know, all right, what does Nick Fury have? Like, who is this person that Nick Fury has a relationship with? you know what I mean, that he's paging to come, you know, save us from the Snapshire.
Yeah, you didn't know. I knew that when.
Well, we know that. We know that. Like the average person, my mother ain't gonna know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, who's that girl? Why is his pager funny? Like, that's the questions I would have got.
Yeah. I don't know.
But for us being what we know, I mean, we knew what to expect.
Yeah.
But for the average person, it was cool for them to dissect. I think for the avid geek cultured person, like, you would know, and it probably wouldn't watching Captain Marvel probably wouldn't matter so much. I felt like it mattered because once again we see the Tesseract again.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are we going to see the Tesseract in these movies? And we're getting into spoiler territory.
Yeah.
So I apologize. Are we ready for spoiler stuff?
This is your warning, ladies and gentlemen. You're
I-
going into
I- with
spoiler
no
territory
warning.
right now.
My bad.
You fast forward, or you could leave the live show and come back later, and we'll spoil something else for you, okay?
Yeah.
This is your spoiler bailout time. Ready?
In five.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go.
So yes, the Tesseract is seen in this movie, and now it created what I talked about earlier. I felt it created some continuity issues, but I went back and did some research, and it actually didn't. We're just seeing it an insane amount of times.
Yeah.
So from what we know, the Tesseract was brought down by Odin, years before our time or any of the MCU timeline stuff. And brought down in Norway, which is ironic because isn't that where they were in Ragnarok, or where Odin died?
Yeah.
So Norway is where they put the Tesseract in the beginning for Captain America.
Yeah.
Resco got a hold of it, got banished to Volmir. The Tesseract went underground. Tony Stark found it, and that's where Project Pegasus comes along. So it makes sense because Dawson, who ended up being Captain Marvel, who was the Captain Marvel's
mentor.
Yes. She was involved. She was a Kree. So she was sent down to Earth from the Kree I guess she was studying the Tesseract, or got involved, or mingled with everyone on Earth, got a part of Project Pegasus. So Tony Stark's father probably didn't know she was a Kree, but they were working together on Project Pegasus, which involved the Tesseract, because she was creating a machine at high speed level light speed technology that can send the scrolls to often find a new planet to live.
And I like that departure from the canon that they made the Marvel character a female instead of a male.
That was cool.
That was pretty cool. I didn't expect that. Like I said in our review last week, they did some changes to the actual source material that I didn't expect. They made the Skrulls, who are usually bad guys in a lot of stories, as kind of like victims. Sympathetic, yeah, sympathetic victims. Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like, like there's good Kree and bad Kree, good Skrulls and bad Skrulls, good humans, bad humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to figure out what to do with Venezuela. I don't really know what's going on. I just know it looks bad.
What are we even doing anymore? What are we even doing? Sid says, I think they switched the Skrulls up to mirror modern society views on immigrants. What do you think about that, Mr. Terry Lewis?
I was thinking that. I was thinking this is very...
he says that killed it for him because, he's trying to get, I thought she was going to fight Super Skrull. Well, the Super Skrull can't be in there because I think that's part of Fantastic Four still, and they haven't quite bought all that yet.
They definitely did some parallels there with, some political allegory, I guess you would call it.
A little bit.
Which I actually like that angle.
You could say that all the time about any movies
I like
now that come
angle.
out.
I thought it was just going to be two empires going up against each other. I did like that angle. But it was just the Tesseract thing for me was here's my issue with the Tesseract.
All right, tell me.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
We're spoiling this, so we're in
I feel
spoiler
like
zone, ladies
Red
and gentlemen.
Skull
We just tune in.
couldn't touch the Tesseract. He got all sucked off into another universe. It was
Mm-hmm.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Red Skull and Captain America couldn't touch it, but she somehow just absorbs all the.
Oh no! But you didn't pay attention to the part where the gentleman who trained her, who saved her, or
Jan Rog.
he said that he had to transfuse her blood with his own Kree blood.
Yeah, but she should have just disappeared the first time the battery.
But
she somehow just sucked it all in. And
but going back to
that's a plot hole for a Marvel Cinematic Universe. A small one.
If you go back to Volmir in Infinity War, when you hear Red Skull talking about how he was banished here, he said the stone. I don't know if it meant for just the Soul Stone, but they possess a type of wisdom, so they kind of like reject.
Yeah, he said it rejected me.
So
yeah,
because I mean, you've seen Fury held it in Avengers 1.
Did he hold the Tesseract?
Yeah, he took it out the joint and put it in the suitcase.
I thought he had gloves on.
He did have gloves on. I don't know if they were special gloves, just regular like leather joints.
He wouldn't hold it. He wouldn't hold it in this movie.
At JCPenney or something.
He refused to hold it in this movie. He was like,
"I'm not touching it."
He's like, "I'm not touching it." I don't know.
Sid says something else. Let's see. Sid is trying to chime in here. Sid says Jude Law was a weak villain. All the villains were weak.
I agree. I agree.
I think
my favorite character was
all right villain.
And I got mixed up on this. You guys have to correct me. Were there 2 Skrull people? Like there was. So the one guy who was a Skrull who was Nick Fury's boss.
Right.
And then there was another guy.
But that was Talos. Talos was Nick Fury's boss.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's Talos. Is there another Skrull besides Talos?
Posed as Nick Fury's boss.
Right. There's another Skrull besides Talos.
I didn't keep up with their names.
Damn.
Either,
you know what? I got lost.
Yeah,
he was bad guy Skrull 1.
I got a little lost.
That's why I'm mad. I wanted before we did this. I wanted to go check it again today. But I didn't have.
I tried to get my wife to go see it with me again. Yeah. And it was like they were like, no, you went to the preview without me.
Yeah, my girl's the same way. It's like, come on, man, you just don't get it. Like, you don't understand.
Like, no, I want to see. I need to see it again. I got to do a show about this.
We got content to create.
Content, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to get likes on Facebook, okay?
But I definitely left thinking, I hope that she can do a better job as Captain Marvel, personality wise, because if she's going to be the linchpin of the new, of the next wave of Marvel films,
right?
You know, it just wasn't a whole lot of personality in that particular character.
Interesting.
Backstory was interesting, you know, where her friend and just never forgets how to fly jets. I like that.
Yeah, but she's important. Right. She's important. Either her or her daughter are gonna have or be superpowered.
Yeah, I feel like they're gonna do something.
Yeah, they said I think they set it up where they can create a story around Photon.
I just feel like this is how I felt about Black Panther too. I felt like not that they were bad, but the weakest characters as far as like being interesting, were the main ones. Like I didn't think T'Challa was as interesting as Shuri or the Dora Milaje. And I didn't think Captain Marvel was as interesting as the Skrulls or her friend and her daughter. That intrigued me more. Nick Fury's story intrigued me more.
I gotta agree with Randall, who just left a comment too, saying that he felt Nick Fury smiled and laughed way too much.
He's a bit too cheerful.
He was super cheerful, man.
Like he says that it was more like Sam Jackson, not Nick Fury.
Yeah,
I'm not going front. Well, I thought the Goose the Cat scratching his eye out was, that was kind of corny.
Mace Windu is Sam Jackson.
I was waiting for that payoff.
Yeah, me too.
I was really hoping it was
every character that Sam Jackson plays though is Sam Jackson and
always Sam Jackson.
Yeah, I mean it's like.
Y'all don't know that, man. That man could be a distinguished scholar when you meet him. Well, gentlemen.
It's like Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Like Mace Windu is Sam Jackson, just in the Star Wars universe.
But no, like I thought I thought the eye, last time I trusted somebody, I lost an eye dialogue would pay off. Yeah. And this one, I'm just like, really? But from the cat, my G? Like,
that was really corny, yeah.
That was kind of lame.
Yeah, the cat scratch was like I kind of expected.
Like I get the haha cool.
As soon as he started cuddling the cat when he first discovered, I was like, yeah, the cat's gonna take the eye.
It's so terrible.
Whatever.
I didn't like that.
I could have done without. I was hoping maybe they did that to kind of set it up, like to make us think that the cat was gonna take the eye.
Yeah.
They gave us something else.
They always came really close to taking that eye, which I thought was cool, but the actual payoff wasn't that great.
Yeah. See, I would have appreciated that better.
Yeah.
What I did like too was like the little like 90s references they did make as far as the music, even though the No Doubt, even though the No Doubt song kind of like ruined it for me at one point when they played it.
I think so, I used to work for Blockbuster, back
me too.
in another universe.
Yeah, back that. But I did like the kind of Pulp Fiction-y reference with him in the car with Coulson.
Oh yeah, similar
to like him and John Travolta. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
So they did make a little winks at a few things. They used a Game Boy for her to communicate. In
the pagers and everything. It wasn't bad. I just, as far as building.
Durandal says, of course, Fury is a spy and spies do lie.
They're right. He lied his ass off, too. Though.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the Kree were kind of weak. I like the angle with the Skrulls. I feel like she could have been more. It could have been more development of her as what is her personality like?
Right.
Because we're gonna be throwing her in the middle of all these other people with distinct personalities. Like, Black Widow's gonna have a personality. We're gonna see Ronan, and we're gonna see Captain America and Tony. They all have these distinct things, and we're just throwing her in the middle. And I'm kind of concerned about how that's gonna work because she doesn't really have a distinct type of approach to other people with her relationships. She's just her backstory. So we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, and I really do feel like this movie really zoned in on her, and it had that Memento feel. You ever seen Memento?
I appreciate the origin story.
It was kind of had that feel to it. So I mean, they really focused on her a lot, which is fine. I get it because they're trying to set up Endgame, which I feel like she's gonna play a huge part in. I want to get to like a theory I might have later on. But I told Speedy last time when we did our review after we saw it, I just kind of expected more. Like, not more from as far from her. I think her I'm kind of good on. I think because I know we're gonna see more like in a month. So I like, for example, Ronan. I was hoping I'd get more of a Ronan story tied in there somewhere. Don't really know his, backstory and his reason for any. We just know that the creatures don't like the Skrulls.
We had a lot of him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
But even then, I feel like I didn't
just a bad dude.
I just didn't really feel like I had.
He has to be the slowest talking person in Marvel Cinematic Universe. Oh my God, dude, that just dragged me down. I'm like, man, make your decision.
Maybe we should leave this planet.
But I would say this: the display of her powers was cool.
Yeah,
I liked it.
So Sid says about the powers, he goes, "Do you think Captain Marvel could have killed every character in the movie? LOL, she's too powerful.
Superman's too powerful.
What's her weakness? What's her kryptonite then?
Huh?
We don't even know.
Baseball, apparently.
Go-karts.
She was never good at baseball.
Couldn't ride a go-kart.
Nick Fury, I guess. That's it.
If it comes down to an MCU Mario Kart, she's done.
Yeah, she's a rat, bro.
She can't.
I just want to know what her weakness is.
That's why I think those characters had those problems. Hulk, it's hard to make a Hulk film because, he keeps on getting angry. He's invincible. How do you get rid of him? Who do you put him up against? Superman's the same.
They said his emotions are his weakness. Getting him to calm down.
Superman, Hulk, and Captain Marvel
are
going to have these problems. I would like Thor Ragnarok was dope because his sister was like a lot stronger than him.
Right.
Like he still didn't beat her.
Nah, he didn't kick her ass.
Yeah, he still didn't beat her. So it's good to know that he can be, beaten and destroyed. And he got worked out apparently in Infinity War.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like to see my heroes have a challenge at least.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting. And Randall again commenting saying if we see Jude Law's Jan Rog in future sequels for MCU films, I think it's possible.
Interesting.
There's more. I feel like there's more to his.
Did he die or they?
No. She sent them. She sent them to send a message.
That's what happens when you don't see the movie again.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're probably going to be doing a lot of these new films in space.
You think so?
I think it's going to be a lot of space films because it's Guardians is going to be there, Captain Marvel. I think a lot of them will be in space for the next one.
If they do the Annihilus thing, the Annihilus wave, that was a really cool comic book that story.
Yeah, they still got to do Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
they introduced it, so there'll be a lot of space stuff.
So you think? Before we move on, do you think Captain Marvel is taking the place of the Adam Warlock character because her powers come from the Tesseract, whereas in the comic book, Adam Warlock is more attached to the Soul Stone?
No, I think they're going to still do Adam Warlock.
Yeah,
it may be her. It may be her counterpoint, maybe her villain, or maybe her. I don't know. They're definitely still doing.
I think
Warlock.
He shows up in the end credit for Endgame.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
You know who she reminded me of? I was watching this. And I was like, she reminds me of Nova.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're ever going to do Nova.
They are going to do Nova,
but that's what they're talking about. A lot of things that are spoiling it. That they're going back in time to. That's one of the points where they're going to try and attack Thanos. Is when he goes after that first stone. Which is at Xandar, which is where the Nova Corps is at.
And this is what goes into a theory I might have for Endgame. Spoiler alert, if you don't want to know anything or have anything remotely close to knowing what's going on in Endgame. But from what I'm hearing through a lot of the blogs are that her speed, she can actually go back in time.
Oh, well, that's actually been debunked by Samuel Jackson, supposedly, that he said that he's been trolling us.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know. The guy told us that
he was like, "I'm lying."
He said he lost his eye a whole different ways. I don't know about Joe Samuel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's still trolling us by it. I don't know. Oh man, Captain Marvel.
I give it a B.
Yeah.
I give it a B.
Yeah, it's a solid.
Better
B.
than Thor 2.
I said
Probably,
4 because maybe I was more excited about. Maybe because I know the source material and I was more excited about it.
So
but now that in retrospect, maybe 3.5.
Okay. I thought it was better than Thor 2, definitely. May have been better than Age of Ultron. I didn't really like old Age of Ultron.
What is the worst cinematic movie anyway right now?
Thor: Dark World.
Thor: Dark World.
Easy.
Not Iron Man 3?
Nah,
No.
that's in the 5. That's like one. The top one, worst one would be
Incredible
Thor.
Hulk?
I think 5 goes. Incredible Hulk is like 2.
I liked the Incredible Hulk.
I like the Incredible
I
Hulk.
didn't like it. Now that I match it up against all that we've seen, I don't.
Some
put it
people
there.
don't really like it, you know?
Yeah.
What I liked about Iron Man 3 is the fact that he was getting stuff done without the suit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you kind of felt like it was just a lot of Tony Stark.
Iron Man becomes an administrative assistant.
So definitely
files
Captain
his
Marvel's
taxes.
not the worst.
I
one of
think
the bunch,
I
so.
want to say it's definitely like maybe the 6th or 7th.
This one?
Yeah, Captain Marvel.
Oof.
On the bottom of the pile?
No. It's definitely not the bottom. Thor 2.
A lot of people
Towards
said
the bottom,
first
sorry.
Avengers
6
in the top
towards
5
bottom?
worst.
6 towards the bottom?
It may be the third worst.
If
Third
you
worst?
listen, let's go to the
Wow,
comment.
that's
Like, listen,
low.
if you see it right now, leave a comment. Give us the
low
like
blow.
worst, the
Bam
top
from
5
Terry
worst
Lewis.
MCU movies. I'm saying
Yeah.
Thor: Dark World. I'm gonna go Incredible Hulk. Darn, I really gotta think.
You don't want to diss him. You're scared to diss him.
Captain Marvel, First Avenger
Whoa.
at 3.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you don't like Captain Marvel vs. Avenger? I have an
had-
affinity for World War II stuff, so I don't know. Maybe I like them more than
Yeah, so I say Thor: Dark World. Yeah, I said Thor:
Yeah, you
Dark
did.
World. Thor: Dark World, Hulk, First Iron Man. I'm gonna go with Galaxy 2, yo.
Galaxy
Galaxy
2.
2.
Now, Speedy, Joey, you may have one there. Galaxy 2.
Galaxy 2 was I didn't like it.
That was not
No?
enjoyable.
No.
There had some great scenes. Captain
And
Marvel
then
maybe.
5, I'll probably say Age of Ultron. I think Age of Ultron kind of falls in that
Maybe I
category.
just like the source material too much. I don't know.
Mine's easy. Thor,
Actually, no, I'm bugging. No, you know what? Ant-Man movies are actually pretty
It's
decent.
decent.
They're decent movies.
Listen.
They're right in the middle.
I got Thor 2.
I'm gonna say Age
Hands
of Ultron
down.
5.
Thor 2. I'm going to say after that, Age of Ultron. And I'm going to go Captain Marvel, then Iron Man 3. And those are close. Those are close. Captain Marvel, then Iron Man 3. I'm changing it. Thor 2, Guardians 2,
Ooh,
Age of Ultron, Captain Marvel, Iron Man 3.
all right.
Yeah. Guardians 2 was not enjoyable.
I don't know.
It had some good moments. Ego, the Living Planet, and everything.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
But those aren't all. None of those are
It was
awful.
character
not
movies.
building. It was more
Yeah.
character building for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
That's what it was,
there's
really.
not like it. We're not putting them like
They're
as like yo, they're
trash.
trash.
Yeah.
Well, nothing really in the Marvel Cinematic
No, they're not
Universe is
trash.
Not
Yeah,
even
we're
the
not-
worst movie.
We're not comparing
You know.
these to Spawn.
I'll still put Thor 2 in the background and watch it, you know?
No. I won't own
Nah,
Thor 2.
I won't.
I might even not sit
Like,
there and
the
watch
only
it. But,
reason I went back
while I'm
and-
working at something else, you know?
I only watched Thor: Dark World just because there was potential like endgame stuff involved in it.
Yeah.
Regarding the quantum realm and things.
Yeah.
When Jane Foster was on in Asgard when she was getting like examined
Yeah.
and they were like using some type of like weird quantum energy or something like that to
Yeah, that's true.
check her out.
Once Dark Elves.
Did we watched that together? We were like, oh, let's look at this.
Yeah,
piece
like
of
because it
again.
was like it was
'Cause we were looking
there's
up
like a
theories.
hidden
Yeah,
endgame
We were looking up
spoiler
theories.
or a theory.
yeah.
To it.
And they just eliminated her from the whole universe.
Yeah, it's
Age
just
of
done.
Ultron.
Dunzo.
You know, we're looking for.
Jane got a different job, so we're never going to see her again.
You never know.
real.
You
We're
never
never going
know.
to see her. Don't worry
You
about
never
it. She's
know,
doing Black
ladies and
Swan.
gentlemen.
Why don't you just say
You
she's
never
doing
know.
Black
She
Swan?
might be the female Thor. You know, female Thor in the comic books.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I never know. Never know. All right, guys. So, just long story short, go check out Captain Marvel. It's gonna be a good time.
Worth
in the
a
movies,
watch.
right?
Yeah.
It's gonna
It's
be a
good-
good time
it's a
in the
good
movies.
watch.
Yeah. It's definitely not the brightest diamond in the
Nah,
Marvel
but
box,
if you're gonna keep up with the continuity in the MCU, might as well just watch it.
All right, cool.
It's good.
So
It's not bad.
we're gonna do a hard transition now because we're running out of time. But me and Tarek, I don't know if you have you catched
Have not.
Voltron?
I've been so caught up
No?
because I'm such a lame and came late to the party for Game of Thrones. So I'm like knee deep in some Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah.
I'm
So no
running
Voltron right now.
running through these
coming.
seasons. Not right now. Not right now.
So
for
me and Tarek did finish Voltron, and we pretty much come to agreement or a conclusion that we enjoyed it for the most part, right?
Yes, I enjoy Voltron.
Yeah. So for all the seasons, always good to watch, and as I especially enjoy the rise up of the human race.
Yeah.
When Voltron comes, which I don't want to ruin for Joey or anybody else who's watching the podcast right now. There's a little throw to another classic cartoon that I love very much, and that I'll leave it at that. And if you've watched Voltron already on Netflix, you already know what I'm talking about. So there's actually a couple little hints to that old cartoon.
Voltron got deep. Did a little bit.
Yeah,
got a little deep. Start talking about the family and religion and
it did.
a bunch of technology and insurgencies. It got a little deep. Very Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, it is very kind of. Yeah, it is. But the last season though, there's just this one part that me and Tarek agree upon. That's like almost watching the Atlanta Falcons lose the Super Bowl again.
That was a great game.
Yeah. It was kind of like, what are you doing?
Come on, man. You know, it had to have been like 7 years into this Voltron thing, and they were still discovering stuff.
Yeah. And the last final battle. It's like they're in the final battle. Like this is for the game. You know what I'm saying? Keith,
something's happening to my lion. And he turns it on. He's got on ice skates all of a sudden. Did you know we can skate on ice? Well, it's pointless. We're in space. We just got to keep adding stuff to Voltron.
When you watch the final episode, ladies and gentlemen, you'll know exactly what me and Tarek are talking about. So we highly recommend it here on Geek Culture Congress. Go watch a Voltron. All the seasons, 8 seasons, are waiting for you. And there's also, at the end of it, there's a little throw to the vehicle Voltron at the end. So I really enjoyed that because I kind of enjoyed the vehicle Voltron. I used to have all those.
Yeah, I would like to see a Voltron with some profanity. There was some beef going on towards the end.
There was supposed to be like a
real smoke,
a disfigured, bad guy.
Yeah.
At the end there, and they didn't show him. They kind of like hinted at it, and I was like, "Show it, man! It's a
I don't know. I could have sworn
Y7 TV show.
I could have sworn the Black Lion said, "Do something then." I don't know why I chose the Black Lion. That's a little racist.
Oh man. So
Joe, you going into Game of Thrones now? Finally,
I'm in Game of Thrones right now.
But you watched season 1, right? So we could touch.
We can talk up to. I'm up on season 5 right now. So
okay, you're deep.
So we can do some stuff and recap.
All right, so we're gonna recap, ladies and gentlemen, our build up to the final season of Game of Thrones, which we're so excited about.
Yeah, I started rewatching some episodes this weekend. God, it's a great show.
It is.
It's an amazing show.
It is.
Yeah.
Why didn't you guys tell me about
problem
this
though
earlier?
about this?
I feel like we've been telling you for the past
I
year.
feel like we've been talking about it every time we see you.
You know what? I've never been. I think you know what ruined it for me. I think sitting through at a young age and just not really being into the whole Tolkien stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's not really that.
I know it's not, but see, that's what all that medieval magic and things like that kind of.
It's a little nod to it, but not really.
I mean, they were good movies. It's just a lot of dialogue and they drag.
It's more like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Well, Pulp Fiction meets.
This is a lot dark. No, this is way darker.
It's darker.
Yeah.
Now, if I would have known, if the advertisement for Game of Thrones when it first came out had a bunch of dragons in it, I might not have gotten into it.
Same.
I might not, but they didn't do that. It was just this whole story, and they were going all behind the scenes. And I was like, "What is this about?"
HBO has all that marketing company, you know.
Yeah, I started watching the behind the scenes, and I was like,
test screenings and stuff.
Let me try it out. So, what are your big moments, man, from the first 5 seasons for you?
Oh well, my biggest moment was actually episode 1. So, what my problem is that.
How dare you have a problem with Game of Thrones?
And I don't have a problem. I have a problem with the character. And I guess there wouldn't be no Game of Thrones if, certain things happened, right? Because if Ned Stark would actually listen to the guy that he beheaded that ran away from the wall, the dude literally came up to him and told him, "Hey, listen, I'm going to go. You can do whatever you want to me, but I'm trying to check up on my family. Because what I've seen north of the wall, I'm trying to make sure they're okay."
Speedy.
And
come on, man. That's hindsight being 20/20.
It is though. It is.
On, man.
But if you're the warden of the North, you're the mayor practically. You're the you're running that whole area. If one of your subjects tells you, "Hey, I did something bad, but man, there's something really bad going on under there," are you not gonna investigate?
Speedy. Let's just
send
say
a raven.
Let's just say
send that raven.
Let's just say you're the warden of Pasco County. Right, and I come to you from my Winn-Dixie in Pasco County.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Listen, man, I've seen aliens just running around at a Planet Fitness. I promise you, I promise you. And you're like, right. You're just going to listen to me? You wouldn't listen to me.
You know,
You're like, off with his head, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm going to investigate it.
Talking all this nonsense.
So,
Hindsight, Speedy. Come on, man.
Oh, man. So he gets, that poor guy gets decapitated. But no, it's not only that. I'm sorry. And then there's another scene after that where he finds two direwolves dead. Remember?
Yeah.
Where he gets the
where
pups.
they give the pups to the kids.
And he tells them, the kid, they all talk, and they're all talking about, like, who could do this to direwolves?
Yeah.
You know? There's nothing
Well, no,
around
there was
here
an
to do
elk
with
there.
direwolves.
They like gored him. They were surprised that dire wolves were that far south.
That too.
Yeah.
Hello, we got a guy telling you something that's going weird, going on over the wall. You just found two dead dire wolves for
Speedy,
no
this
reason.
is not Detective Comics. Why are you? You're making it sound like Ned Stark is Remington Steele.
Gotta build the
You see,
story,
Come
man.
on, man.
You see, that couldn't have happened better than if I planned it.
This man was just getting some puppies for his kids.
For real. Free
What I'm
dogs.
trying to say though,
He had some
it could
free
have all
wolves.
been avoided, Tarek.
Nah,
It
what were
could
they
have
gonna
all
do?
been
It wasn't gonna
avoided.
all be avoided, man.
That's good. I think for me the craziest one for me was literally the Red Wedding.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That
man,
was
we're
so
getting ahead
dark.
of ourselves though. So
That's super dark. But I'm saying if I had to take away a scene from all the seasons that I've been running through,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that was the craziest. Like I had to stop and really
Yeah.
dissect everything that just happened. Like
Right.
take a moment.
I would say the show got me hooked because I was watching this first episode and it was like all backstory, and you're like, okay, all right, this might be decent. Let's see what this is all about. We got to get these names straight. And then when he pushed Bran out of the window,
Yeah.
I was like, this is
Yeah.
about to be real.
Yeah. As soon as Jamie
Yeah.
threw
as soon as I saw
Lannister,
like they were like doing it, I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
this is kind of
I was
nasty
like,
show.
this is nuts.
Like,
Yeah.
what am I watching?
They really, they don't care.
They win.
They're
But,
doing everything in there.
I read the book, so I kind of knew that was gonna happen, but I didn't think that HBO was gonna go
Yeah.
that way.
They went
they
there.
were going
They,
there. I was
they
like,
went
okay.
they went all the way in, man.
Yeah,
And,
that was my moment first season. I was like,
so-
oh, this is about to be real. I'll be here next Sunday.
So after that, some drama went down after they threw the kid out, and then the actual king, I guess the hand of the king died mysteriously.
Yeah, the
And,
hand of the king. Yeah, the
he
hand of the
decides
king
to
died
travel all the
mysteriously.
way to Winterfell to go recruit his friend Ned Stark, poor Ned Stark,
Yeah.
as his hand because he doesn't trust anybody else. And little did he know he was just giving him a death sentence. As well as his own probably. But I liked the part there where they're kind of like kicking it. They're on the way back to King's Landing,
Mhm.
like they're talking about like what it was and how
Or
it
when
was.
Robert and
Ned, and then they're kind of
Because Robert Baratheon was in love with Ned's sister.
yeah. So they're kind of setting up already subtly things that later on in the seasons were kind of like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? But we didn't know that was happening. We didn't know what they were trying to set up when we were watching season 1.
No.
Because I didn't even read that far in the books to even have a a reference. You know what I mean?
I like that when they were having that conversation on the way back to King's Landing.
Yeah.
It was such a dude conversation.
It was,
They could have been
yeah.
playing spades. Robert was like, "Hey, bro, what happened to that girl from back in the day, dog? Your baby mama. Where does she stay at, man? I don't even talk about her too much, Rob. Come on, dog. I know you stepped out once or twice, man. Don't be."
Don't be like
I
that
like-
with me, man. We
I like
brothers.
also
Yeah, man, that was so cool.
When the bastard goes to the wall.
Who, John?
Yeah.
Jon Snow. He goes to the wall and he sees what actual the Night Watch is all about, and he's kind of like, man, I've been training all my life for this.
Yeah. That's how I feel like Antonio Brown's gonna be on the Raiders. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like, "Whoa, hold on."
I ain't know I signed up for
he's
this.
just like he's just whipping everybody. He's throwing
Yeah.
everybody around. He's like, what is this?
Yeah, you're on a bad team.
Yeah.
For real.
You're about to find
He
out.
had that face too, like like when you're stuck in
Yeah.
a contract, and you're like,
Man.
It's like Robinson Cano when he played for the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, yeah, dude. He was on a very long bad Tinder date.
Oh man.
Imagine being there for years, signing a 10 to 13-year contract.
Yeah.
Man, it's just my homeboy on Facebook. He called it. He said, "I'm rewatching Game of Bad Decisions." So there were
It
some
was.
bad decisions made.
It was.
Shout out to Tyler.
It was.
There's some bad decisions
It was.
made, man.
Well, you know what I like is a part when they start developing Daenerys' character over
Yeah.
there in the desert.
Yeah,
I forgot what it's called now in the story, but the part where the Khal Drogo, aka Aquaman,
Yeah.
Yes.
puts the golden melted crown on the
That was
on
dope.
the
That
dude's
was
brother.
really
How cool was he though as a character?
He was cool.
He was cool. Who was the character you hated the most from season 1? Just season 1. I'll go first. It was Viserys, the dude with the long, Daenerys' brother.
Yeah,
He was the worst.
other Targaryen.
Yeah, he was the worst.
Yeah, he was
Littlefinger.
bad.
I like Littlefinger.
Yeah, I still don't like
Littlefinger
Littlefinger.
betrayed the dude, and then it was like, oh man, like he thought something else was gonna happen, and he thought he was manipulating for the king to be okay. Let him go, be
Yeah.
take the black, and nobody will get beheaded, and everything will be fine. And King Joffrey just he didn't realize King Joffrey was out of his mind.
I couldn't wait for Joffrey to get the smoke.
That death
man.
episode, which we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah,
now,
I know. Yeah,
I was like if I just watched like my
I was
favorite
like,
team
thank
win a touchdown,
God,
I was like, yes.
And you know what's? Oh man, we don't want to get too ahead, but yo, like I
no,
love that
but
episode.
you know who poisons Joffrey?
Yeah, it's old
It's
girls.
it's that guy that he humiliates in season 1.
Oh, the
I believe it's in season 1 or
the one,
beginning of
the
season
one that
2.
took the one that took Sansa.
That he was gonna fight. It was a knight that was gonna fight. He
Yeah.
was really fat, and he had like a cheapo thing.
Oh, and
he turned him
Joffrey
into
Joffrey poured
jester.
wine on him and everything.
Yeah, and he turned him into the jester, the clown of the court.
Yeah, damn. Okay.
That's the guy who poisoned him.
Yeah.
And they didn't really show
But
that.
I thought it was this girl.
I'll bet my money.
Was it what's her name? Marjorie.
Marjorie's mother.
Grandmother.
She
I
paid
think-
for it, but she didn't actually do it.
I don't think she did it. But I guarantee that guy had something to do with it.
Yeah, season 1 was dope.
Yeah.
So
And then the final. I like the training that Arya Stark got.
Yeah, with old boy.
With,
It was cool.
With the Barosi, that's what they're called.
oh, the Bravos.
Bravos,
Yeah, the first sword of Bravos. He wasn't no joke.
Yep.
I mean, he was fighting with a wood stick.
My man
So-
got feet too, man.
So there's the Barosi.
his foot
There's
game
the
was nice.
Barosi. That's
His footwork was
the
crazy.
guy who trains him. But then later on, he runs into the one that whisper me 3 names into my ear, and I will
yeah.
I will
That's
dispatch
season
them for
2,
you.
though, Speed. You
That's
always
season 2.
checking
Going ahead,
us.
bro.
You always checking us for getting ahead of
We're going in and
ourselves.
out. We're going in and out because we got to wrap up
Just
soon.
did
But-
season 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But my question is to you: is that the same character? Because they're from the same island, right? Or
No.
no.
What's
it's
the
not.
all right, backtracking. Remember when he whispered, I know we're in season 2, but the stuff he whispers to her, he hands her the coin. He hands Arya Stark the coin, and he like has to tell her, he says, when you get to Bravos.
Oh, it's oh my God, is it Death? Something about Death, isn't it?
I forgot.
But see, it's from the same island, right? That's the same island.
They're both from Bravos.
Yeah.
But he's not. It's not the same character. Yeah.
I don't know because we never really saw that. What happened to the other character? We just assumed they got killed.
Yor was his name or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same character.
Interesting.
So yeah, I forgot what it was. He's supposed to say the words when you get to Bravos.
I forgot. You got to look it up. It's like a different language.
Yeah, it was.
One of them Game of Thrones languages.
Just English presented different.
For real.
It is. And then of course the end of season
I
1
know it's something
ends,
with a K. It's like Cal something.
something like that. But then the end of season 1 ends of course with the birth of the dragons.
Yeah, that was cool.
When
Yeah.
she goes into the fire.
That was pretty
and,
epic.
all the other well, I forgot what they're called now, the ones that on the horseback.
The Dothraki.
The Dothraki.
Yeah.
All the other Dothraki abandoned her. Most of them abandoned her, except
Yeah.
for some of the real loyal ones. The real loyal ones stay, and then she proves to them that
Yeah.
she's like, royal blood.
Yeah.
And can't be burnt.
You know, I forget how many L's Daenerys took early in the game. She took a lot of
Man, she
L's
did.
early in the game.
She did. That whole first season is her,
and
getting
a season and a
abused
half.
and-
She took her lumps, man. She earned her stripes.
But then it shows like she learned from the lady like how to please Khal Drogo. Like she's she's in the game.
Yeah.
She's in the Game of Thrones.
She
to
definitely
win.
went through a lot. She might have taken the most L's early on.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all know John went through some things, but it was tough.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I think it was time to wrap it up here at Geek Culture Congress. So let's see, what can we get back with for following week? Let's see. We're in March. We got, of course, Avengers coming soon.
Yeah, hopefully we get a new trailer in the next
hopefully get a new
week or
trailer.
two.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. I think there's Aladdin, a new trailer for Aladdin that I just shared on the page.
Yeah. I'm actually
so go check that out.
I got some issues with that trailer, but it doesn't concern Will Smith.
I don't know. I reserve judgment on that one.
I haven't watched it. I'm gonna give Will Smith. I'm gonna give him a moment.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll see.
You can't drink the Kool-Aid right after you make it. You gotta let the sugar settle.
Right. Exactly.
Oh man, and then what else we got going on?
Anybody watch Umbrella Academy? Are we gonna talk about that?
That's my next thing. Okay. So
I think we
that's
need
my
to,
next.
We need to do a whole show about that.
Yeah.
I think we're right out of time. Let's put it this way. The last part of the show, go see it.
Yeah. Go see Umbrella Academy.
Probably see it before you watch Voltron. Okay. Yeah. Voltron ain't going nowhere.
Voltron.
You need to go. You need to go watch the first season of Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I never read any of the source material. Did you?
Me neither.
No.
Neither. Oh, and Hellboy's coming too.
Yeah, Hellboy's coming. We got Shazam, the movie Shazam coming soon.
Yep.
There's supposed to be a new full trailer coming out too for that as well.
For Shazam?
Yeah, another trailer. One? Yeah. No,
I feel like the trailers that they're giving us is it's recycled stuff.
Yeah, I feel like
the Captain Marvel trailers definitely give it too much stuff.
Yeah, it's all recycled.
I'm gonna predict that I'm gonna like Captain Marvel more than Captain Marvel.
That's going to be a discussion for another time, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, Tarek, let them know what's going on in your world. Where you at?
Hit me up on Instagram. My name is Tarek, Twitter, and all those other places. Other than that, leave me alone.
And, of course,
leave me alone.
Joey Franchise, let them know what's going on with you.
You don't got to leave me alone. You can bother me as much as you want. I'm on the radio Monday through Friday, 7 to midnight, Wild 94.1. Keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram at Joey Franchise.
Yeah, of course, myself. You can follow my Nocturnal Life at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. And, of course, if you're not following us, follow us right now. Give us a like. Geek Culture Congress Facebook page. Give us a like there so you can follow. I always post everything new as soon as I find it. There was a new trailer for Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I got to check this.
That's up right now. That's up right now on the Geek Culture Congress page.
Wow.
Go check it out. If you never read the comic book, they actually made a comic book before.
I remember the comic.
It's pretty dope. And it's pretty surprisingly dope. It's really, really good. And there's even a little cutscene of Shredder versus Batman right there. So, yeah.
Turtle power.
It's serious. So, also, follow us on the gram. Joy Ranch Franchise runs the gram for us. So, follow us there at Geek Culture Congress. And we'll be back with some more content. I think we need to get into Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, let's touch
I think we'll touch on that next week or so. Or maybe a couple weeks. I don't know. All right, so same bad time, same bad channel. Thanks to everyone for following us and keeping us with us here on Geek Culture Congress. Till next time, have a good one.